sitting here with one of South Africa's best designers. Even international celebrities have worn his clothing, starting from Kim Kardashian. Is it Kim Kardashian?
Yes.
Kelly Rowland. It's unbelievable. Gert, thank you for joining us. Well, thank you for inviting us here.
Thank you. Such a pleasure to have you.
Oh, wow. And I'm such a privilege to sit with one of the best South African designers.
Thank you.
Tell us a bit about you, Gert. Ever since you were young, have you always wanted to be a designer like you are now?
You know, it started from a very young age. Since I can remember, I've been having this love affair with fashion. It started with dressing my pencils with tissue paper to my sister's dolls, and then fabricated into a full-on career.
Wow, dressing pencils with tissue paper. That was a vision beyond what a normal person could see. So what did you do to say, I'm moving a step closer?
My career developed quite quickly. When I was about 7, I started sewing.
Wow.
And then eventually, I started winning fashion competitions, but for children. And then it matured into going for sewing classes and eventually dropping out of school and go and study fashion.
How did your parents take that? Dropping out of school?
I think it was...
I want to do fashion.
It was their suggestion. By then already you could see this was going to be a career for me, and I had a clientele and I had won a couple of competitions by then. So it was clear that this was my path, and I'm sure that they saw if they're not going to send me to fashion school, I'm going to cut up a curtain and just make clothes at home.
How old were you when you dropped out of school?
16. And then I went to study at the Northwest School of Design, amazing design college, which I still have a great relationship with.
Oh, wow. So when you now studied at the School of Design, when did you have your major big break into the market?
Into the market, you know, I don't think there's one massive big break. There's a lot of little breaks. First, you have to study and you have to know what you're doing before you can step into any kind of industry. So I kind of made sure I had that under my belt. I was 18 when I qualified, so I came to Joburg with my now husband, and we just set up an apartment and tried and started making dresses from our studio, our little flatlet that we had. So my first big break, I think, my first break came when I won the Bukhani Awards. It's hosted by Bukhani, Mr. Sonobile Damas. He was the designer of the Madiba shirt, and he's got this amazing platform for young designers to shine and show off their talent. There I got discovered by the wonderful Sandy and Gemma, who introduced me to Rapid Blue, and they are the production company that does Strictly Come Dancing. And I got commissioned to do the wardrobe for Sandy for 2 seasons, and that was a nice almost interaction with the industry to see what it's like and see what it would be like and if I can work with this, because lots of designers think they want to be famous and they want to have all these clients, and when they see what it's like, they don't want it anymore.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, this is too much work. Challenging the creativity that's involved, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And you moved here with your now husband when you were 18. How did you handle the cash flows? You had rent to pay, you're still trying to get into the industry. How did you do that?
I was sewing day and night. My husband was studying and I was just sewing day and night, just making dresses for clients. And it was all about, just from my family is quite business oriented, so I always knew how important cash flow is and what you can spend and what you can't spend. I still look back at those days and I think, oh my word, I don't know how we came through it, but we did.
Yes, well, that's why you are such a big brand that you are, is to be able to overcome such challenges.
Thank you.
But what challenges would you say you faced, in your journey before people knew you as, wow, there is Gert. If you wear one of his outfits, you are the it. I mean, what were the challenges that you were facing?
Every company has its challenges. Like we said earlier, cash flow is very important, and it's hard being 18 and having to run your own company and making sure that is there. That was definitely a challenge, and then making sure that the product was up to scratch with international standards. That was hard because we are in South Africa, and we're not in Europe where the trends get made. So it was a lot of research and a lot of practicing to get the product to where it is today.
Oh, wow. And so ever since you moved here, and then after the Strictly, you said you were dressing them up for 2 seasons.
Yes.
After that, how were you moving next to say, okay, I need to get this, to keep going? What was your strategy there?
my strategy was just always to do what I love and just to make friends and to be a friendly person, and not to burn bridges. That's my main tip and advice that I can give to any young designer: never burn a bridge. Make sure you handle people with respect. And I think that is one of my key business tools, and what my strategy was from there. Just making sure that you give a quality product and something that people want to wear.
True. And how on earth, I'm sure everyone is dying to know this, how did you get, Kim Kardashian to wear one of your outfits, then Kelly Rowland? That is a big achievement.
Thank you so much. No, it's definitely, I always say that opportunities present themselves every day. You're just going to have to want to see them. Yeah.
If you're good, yes.
So it's about identifying the opportunity and taking it, and that's what I do, and making sure that the product is good, because if the product isn't good, nobody's going to want to wear it.
That's really true. And how have you managed to stay relevant in the industry? I mean, considering, there are other people that pop up from there and there, but you still remain on people's lips when it comes to that red carpet or whatever. How have you managed to do that?
There's another saying that I love is, if you are persistent, you'll get what you want. If you're consistent, you'll keep it. And that is definitely one of the things. Always making sure that you never drop your guard. Making sure your collections, every year with Fashion Week, I put so much love and care into my collections. I work on them for 6 months at a time before I show them. I would start the day after Fashion Week and work up until the morning of Fashion Week for the next one.
Wow.
So it's about really making sure, and I like to call it giving a damn.
Yeah.
Lots of people just don't give a damn, and I do. And that is why I think I'm still on people's lips, and it's because I really give a damn and I want to make women feel and look beautiful. There's nothing that excites me as much as when somebody wears one of my dresses and the moment they look at themselves they just light up and they're excited. So that is how.
Oh wow. So there are many designers that look up to you, as a role model, and they want, to be like you. What sort of advice would you give them?
That's why whenever I do an interview, I never sugarcoat it. I say it as it is, and it's a hard industry. It's very glamorous, but it's hard. For every 5 seconds of glamour, there is 5 years of hard work.
Very true.
Yes. So that is how it works. But I'm about promoting young talent, and it's very important to develop the skills in Africa and South Africa. For me, what I do personally is I have a bursary, the Gert Coetzee bursary, where I fund a student every year to go and study at the Northwest School of Design where I study.
Wow.
But you don't just get that, you get to come and intern with me in your holiday time, as well as Skype call with me, all types of things. And I really help to polish you, because I think that is what the South African industry is lacking, is we've got the talent, we just need somebody to help polish the talent, and that is what I'm doing. We've done it for 3 years.
Wow.
This was now our 4th year, our brand new winner. So it's great. It's so exciting to see our first one graduate and our new one coming in. So it's a cycle that works. And the student John Wayne that graduated, he won 3 years ago because it's a 3-year course. Is now immediately stepped into a job. I wanted to offer me a job. He got a better job. So I'm so happy for him. So that is how you must do it. You must polish students. You must promote young talent. You must help people.
Well, that's the way. And there's something that has always amazed me. You've got a big heart. Talking about your 2015 winter collection, you did talk about HIV, how you wanted to bring that awareness to people, and which is rare, should I say, with other designers, where they would like to, to contribute to the community. Can you just tell us more about that?
How that happened is because I do it every season. It was a brainwave that came to me one season where I looked at all the publicity that I was getting and being so thankful and grateful for it, but thinking I could use my voice that I have to do good and to spread a message. And every year, the first year, what brought this idea on was I was reading a newspaper about this woman that got raped for like 3 hours by so many people, and it was a small story on page 7 or something. It wasn't even a headline, and I thought, wow, is this how desensitized the community is and the world is, that this is not even headline news anymore? And I had to do something about it. So I teamed up with Shout, and and they really gave me the platform to help and do good. So through Shout, I met Sue Barnes, which has the Dignity Project. And the big problems we have in schools under girls is that time of the month, not all of them can afford sanitary products.
Oh yes.
So Sue Barnes has designed a washable sanitary product that is that they give to schoolgirls, and I've been helping raise funds for them, and we've been doing good. I'll show you later a couple of the things that we've done for them to raise funds for Project Dignity, and that works so well. But back to the HIV collection. For me, the fact is that South Africa is still the country with the highest HIV infection rate, especially under women. And it's almost as if the red ribbon has lost its power.
Oh, yeah.
People walk past and forget what it means. So I wanted to redesign the collection a bit, the whole HIV awareness cause. So I looked at what the virus looks like underneath the microscope, and what I found was this polka-dotted monster that was killing our families, our grandmothers, our children. Everybody. And I wanted to show the world what it looks like. So I made an artistic impression of it and printed it onto fabrics and made my whole collection from it. Then also in the collection, I used a lot of Swarovski crystals that's symbolizing the blood that has flowed, as well as an infinity diamond shape, which symbolizes the support structure that we need to build around these infected and affected by this horrible HIV virus. And just really create a conversation piece. When you wear your HIV print dress, you can tell your friends about this and educate and just create awareness in a social way.
Wow, Gert, this is really motivating, and hopefully many people that look at you as role models, this is something they have to learn from, and then take it further. And thank you so much for having us here and having a chat with us. And viewers, that was Gert, and thank you for watching.